Problem number 1 asks us to find out if the following reaction H2 plus 1/2 O2 goes to H2O is endothermic or exothermic. So what this is essentially asking is for the enthalpy of the reaction. The enthalpy of the reaction, which we can call delta H sub Rxn, is equal to the sum of all of the enthalpies of formation of the products and reactants involved in the reaction. And we know that the enthalpy of the reaction is equal to the enthalpy of formation of the products minus the enthalpy of formation of the reactants. Given that equation, we can write that the enthalpy of the reaction is equal to the sum of the enthalpy of the products, which in this case is water, and that is negative 285.83 kilojoules per mole, minus the sum of the reactants, which in our case we've got hydrogen and oxygen. And as though those are both elements, their standard enthalpies of formation are going to be equal to 0. And so we're left with our enthalpy of the reaction is equal to negative 285.83 kilojoules per mole. If you remember back to thermo, a reaction is classified as either endothermic or exothermic based on the overall change in the enthalpy of the reaction, which we just calculated for. A positive change in enthalpy corresponds to an endothermic reaction. So positive delta H Rxn equals endothermic, where a negative delta H Rxn equals exothermic. Seeing as how we have a negative enthalpy of the reaction, this reaction is exothermic. And that is how you would solve this one. Hope that helped.